I'm Jill Michelle Palmer of Mudra Wellness. Welcome to Yin Yoga. Bringing your palms down onto your knees, lifting up through the sternum to the sky. Take your shoulders, squeeze them up to your ears. Squeeze the shoulders towards the spine. And then relax them behind the heart. Softening through the arms, lifting up through the spine nice and tall. Closing your eyes and deepening and slowing down the breath. Filling the abdomen, lower lungs, upper lungs, and completely deflating, emptying out. Relaxing the jaw, relaxing the corners of the eyes, relaxing the corners of the mouth. Completely relaxing the jaw. Softening the abdomen. Yin Yoga is all about softening and releasing. Two more huge deep breaths before we move into motion. Deep breathing is the key throughout practice. On the next exhale, you're going to circle downwards, release the head. And as you inhale, you'll circle upwards, keeping the softness in the neck. Circling again. Exhaling forward, inhaling back. Maintaining that softness in the jaw, softness in the facial muscles, letting go. Releasing into the movement. Opposite direction. Returning to center. Take a deep inhale. On the exhale, reach forward as far as is comfortable. Listen to your low back, listen to your hips. You might stop with arms to support you. Make sure you don't push into pain. Just find a stretching edge that's comfortable, relaxing, release. Flexibility, you can come down, forehead to the ground. Slow, long, deep breaths. Release and soften through the arms. Breathe into the lower back. Breathe in between the shoulder blades. On the inhale, rise up. Bring your arms with you. Join palm to palm overhead. Exhale over the heart. Inhale, join palm to palm, extend. Lengthen through the spine. Exhale. Namaste over the heart. One more time. Reaching, sensing the space around you. Joining, exhaling. And now we're going to take right knee, bend it, bring it over the left knee. Pull that right leg in towards you. Lift up through the sternum, straighten the spine. Avoid collapse. Keep those shoulder blades back. Right hand behind you, directly behind you. As you continue to lift through the sternum and pull this leg in, you're pulling into a twist. If you want to go deeper than here, bring your left arm to the outside of the right knee. Extend the arm or bend. Take another deep breath in. On the exhale, pull deeper into the twist, lifting the sternum, spiraling upwards through the spine. Remember to breathe once you're here. Inhale to unwind. Switch sides. Pull that leg in first. Lift up through the sternum, shoulder blades back behind the heart, tall spine. hand behind you. Other arm can be to the outside of the knee, with arm down or straight, or you can just hold in and pull into the twist. Just depends on how much flexibility you have. Find your comfortable spot, find your deep twist, spiraling from the navel up through the shoulders. Let the eyes move into the twist, looking behind yourself. To release, exhale. Now you have your legs stacked and ready for a hip release. You might already be feeling it here. With less flexibility, you might need to stack like this. Just listen to your body, see what it can do. Inhale deep with a tall spine. If you're able to bend forward, again, you can support yourself with arms, or flexible people, come down and release. Spreading the arms far, releasing the head and neck. Breathing in between the shoulder blades, breathing into the low back. Soften and release more and more with each breath. Never forcing your flexibility, work with your flexibility. Find your edge, breathe into it. Find a comfortable, relaxing stretch. Never push into pain. On the inhale, rise up. Exhale, shoulder blades behind the heart. Switch legs. Lifting up through the sternum. Find your comfortable position for the legs. Everybody has different hips and hamstrings and low back. Listen to your body. Take a deep breath in and forward bend as much as is enjoyable. Slow, long, deep breaths. Release of the head and neck wherever you are. Even if you're up high, soften and release that head and neck. Slow, long, deep breaths. Breathing into the abdomen, into the low back, in between the shoulder blades. And on the inhale, rise up. I'm going to take a different position on the back. Bending the knees. Opening up the spine a little bit in Bandhasana. Palms down on your sides, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Feet are hip width apart. Make sure there's a good foot between the hips and the heels. Take a slow, long, deep breath in. On the exhale, push the hips to the sky. You've got a second option here, interlacing the fingers behind the back, squeezing the shoulder blades together more. It gives you just a little bit more push through the shoulder girdle. Come up a little bit higher, Setu Bandhasana. Don't let the knees splay out. Keep the knees hip width apart. Press into the feet, press into the heels. Lengthen out through the neck. Squeeze the buttocks to the sky. Lift the sternum. And exhale to release. Pull yourself into a snail. Slow, long, deep breaths. Extend your left leg. Pull the right leg in. Go ahead and flex both feet to practice wind release pose. Left leg is very active, activating the quadricep, pressing the knee down into the mat, flexing that foot. Right leg, you're pulling in little by little towards the liver. Slow, long, deep breaths. Pavanmuktanasana. If it's comfortable, you can also soften that upper foot, whichever feels more natural. Another deep breath. Exhale, release. Inhale, pull the other leg in. Straighten through that right leg, press the right knee down towards the mat, flex the right foot. Pulling the left leg in and in and in. Slow, long, deep breaths. And then exhale to release. Take your hands, join the palms together, reach up above your head, point your toes, and then pull it all in. Bending the elbows, flexing the feet, and again point your toes, lengthen. Inhale to stretch out, exhale to pull in. 2 more times. Then you're going to bend your right knee, come onto your left hip, stretch out through your left arm. Place your right foot on top of the left leg, find balance and squeeze the buttocks in towards each other. Use this palm to find balance so that you don't collapse forward or back. Squeeze the hips in towards each other. Take slow, long, deep breaths. Pull the navel into the spine. Lots of body awareness. Now a similar pose. Right foot's going to come in front of you. Left arm goes behind you, straight back. So there's a whole other dynamic happening here. Soften through this arm. Find the deep breaths in the navel. Slow, long, deeper breaths. 2 or 3 in this posture. Then remove the leg, press up. Let's go to the mini cobra. On your elbows, spreading your fingers wide, lifting up through the top of the head, lengthening through the spine, squeezing the shoulder blades in towards each other. Soften the jaw, breathe into the belly. And then take it 1 level higher. Bring the palms underneath the shoulders, press in. If there's any tension in the low back here, stay with the elbows bent. If there's no tension in the low back, move to Cobra. Bhujarangasana, spreading the fingers wide, wrists underneath your shoulders, lifting up through the sternum, squeezing the buttocks towards each other. Slow, long, deep breaths. On an inhale, lift up through the hips. Pull the knees in, Balasana with knees closed. Slow, long, deep breaths in between the shoulder blades, into the low back, into the abdomen. On your inhale, come up. Let's go to the other side. Laying on your right hand side, arm extended, starting with left foot on top of the right leg. Finding your balance. Squeezing the buttocks in towards each other. Slow, long, deep breaths, softening through the palms, softening through the fingers and the toes. Navel into the spine. Finding stability, finding balance. 2 more deep breaths. And then left foot comes in front of you. Knees still bent. Right arm comes behind you, straight back. It's becoming a deepening pose. Slow, long, deep breaths. And on the inhale, come up. Return to your cobra. Mini cobra first with fingers spread wide, lifting up through the sternum, pressing down through the elbows. Finding your deep breaths in the abdomen, relaxing the jaw. And then bring it up, palms under the shoulders, half cobra or full cobra, depending on your low back, where it feels comfortable. Wherever you're at, lift up through the sternum, squeeze the shoulder blades behind the heart, squeeze the buttocks in towards the tailbone. Relax the jaw, deep breaths. And then lifting up through the hips, sliding the right knee forward. Pigeon pose. First, palms are on the floor, lifting up through the sternum. Squeeze the hips in towards the tailbone. Internal rotation of this hip. Lifting and lengthening through the top of the head. Take a deep breath in. On the exhale, come forward any amount that's comfortable. Feel free to take a pillow underneath to grab and lay the head and chest onto if you're flexible. Just come straight down onto your leg. Slow, long, deep breaths. Inhale to rise. Extend. Exhale. Switch legs. On your palms, lifting through the sternum. Internal rotation of the straightened leg. Inhale to extend through the top of the head. Exhale to reach out and release. Laying down over a pillow or straight over your leg. 3 huge deep breaths. Softening through the shoulders. Releasing your jaw. Inhale, rise up, extend through the top of the head. Exhale, join the feet together. Baddha Konasana. Sole to sole of the feet. Try to keep them glued. They might come apart, that's okay, but just try to keep that muscular action active to keep them together. Lift up through the sternum, squeeze the shoulder blades behind the heart. Use muscular action to pull the knees down and still glue the feet together. Remember your breathing. And soften through the hips. Slow, long, deep breath. Exhale forward in the amount. Always stop before pain. Release into expansion and stretch, but pull back to stop and not go into any pain. Find your happy place. Happy places. Expansion of the muscles, releasing, stretch, circulation. It's a different spot for everybody depending on your flexibility. Release the head and neck wherever you are. Slow, long, deep breaths in between the shoulder blades. Inhale, come up tall. And we'll finish up with the restorative Shavasana. Joining again the soles of the feet or one leg in front of the other if that's easier on your hips. Either one is just fine. Palms facing up. Jaws relaxed and released. Softening the face. Releasing the abdomen. Softening through toes and fingers. Scanning your body from head to toe. Notice any areas of muscular tension that you could consciously release on an exhale. Breathe into any areas of pain or injury. Soften into the deep breaths. Remaining here for as long as it feels great. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.